Helicopter.
Det gör jag på.
For me, for the good part of a year, literally every time I thought about this episode, I thought, how the hell am I going to do this episode? It was incredibly challenging. It was challenging in an emotional way. It was challenging in a technical way, just because I had to learn new things about my craft. I had to learn new things about myself and how I deal with stress and how I approach my own work. VFX was an incredibly important part of this. Not because we wanted to do everything with VFX, but it had to be something where it was about how can we make the audience feel that they are one of the heist robbers. That you actually emotionally feel invested and that you feel that there is no separation between what is taking place on screen and you yourself as the viewer. In the helicopter itself, we had a 2-slider rig, which allowed me to move to every point of the helicopter without having to actually be there. And being able to still maintain this frenetic, super fast, in the moment, kind of like cinema verite approach to the cinematography. I think the leading aspect was always like emotional intensity, to be close to the characters, to be really in the headspace of this group of people. And I think the techniques then became a service for that. We shot with the Alexa Mini LF, with the large format, and with a set of ALFA Anamorphics, because I like the ALFAs in their most extreme way. You know, lens choice is everything for me. Every film needs a different lens. And the ALFAs are lenses which I really love, just the way they work in regards to the separation between the character and the background. Especially because oftentimes I think that I use the ALFAs in almost wide open. The rooftop is a huge, like 70 meters of LED volumes with plates that were shot in Stockholm. When I looked through the camera, I wasn't in Budapest, I was really in Stockholm. I do think that in-camera, like Unreal Engine, or virtual production, is something which allowed us to shoot this in a way where the reality and the immediacy of what we shot was much more in sync with what we wanted to achieve. For my own experience, this nighttime volumes was something which just gave me the peace of mind that I knew that when I was shooting, I already felt as if I was on that rooftop. An explosion is just a different thing. Even for myself, operating the camera, I felt the rush in my body while operating the camera. And this was something which I think is a gift to work like this.
No, I did know about that, but like the sound is...
I think that one moment where I really feel that there is a beautiful thing is when Michel gets like high from the fumes of this grinder. And there's like this surreal transition to his girlfriend in that cash depot. That's a part of the episode which I really like. And also when they first open the cages with the money, the sense of controlled chaos that we created. I think to be prepared to the extent where I and the crew is able to improvise is something which I have always been a big fan of throughout my career, but on an episode like this is something which it really comes to fruition.